Welcome back, everyone, to another Hearts of Iron 4 mod spotlight thing. And this time it's going to be the Information Age. But as you've seen probably from the title, this is extremely early development stuff. I've been given access to it kindly by the developer people. So do keep in mind that this is very, very private and not exactly finished. So anyway, what is the Information Age? Well, as you can see, we are in 2018. So yes, it is a modern day mod. And the whole idea behind it, as far as I understand, which might be wrong, my understanding, essentially this mod is supposed to be just like Millennium Dawn, except better. They said it's Millennium Dawn, but better. However, obviously, since Millennium Dawn is merging with MD4, it's basically gonna be the new kind of Millennium Dawn thing. And what I mean by that is it's Hearts of Iron 4 except sort of soft ported into the modern period, whereas modern day 4 wants to do a kind of hard port, so trying to change as much as possible. The Information Age seems to be more along the lines of let's change as little as possible and keep kind of the core experience in there. Yeah, pretty much essentially it's half finished as far as I understand it. So yeah, basically it's a modern day mod. It's got a few nice shifty things about it. Obviously though, it's still early development, so it's not exactly playable in my opinion, not yet, but it does have a lot of stuff. So they've actually focused relatively heavily on Asia, which is something that I enjoy. And one thing that I also like that we'll get to later is that they have quite a lot of level of polish for everything as far as their standards go, so you'll see in a bit. So anyway, yeah, they focus pretty heavily on Asia, which is good, but they do also have content for the Middle East, obviously. Like at the start of the game, as you can see, you do have the lovely Syrian civil war with... Since it's the 2018 start date, ISIS is basically on their last legs. Also, look at these models. They're really good. Like, the models are excellent. Just absolutely amazing. Really good stuff. Apparently, the United Kingdom has sent in troops to support Syria. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the Syrian civil war and stuff has some derpy things going about it. Anyway, the combat is, it's like Hearts of Iron 4, and not like modern day 4, so it's faster paced. I know there are some people that are going to like this, some people that are going to dislike this, but yeah, it's changed around that. Yeah, so you have this going on in the Middle East, obviously stuff. You don't have unique focus trees for anyone except... If you go to the east, you have the PRC, which has parts of their focus tree done, the Xi Jinping part, and yeah, it's all about the Chinese dream, oppose Taiwan independence. Now, one thing that I don't like about these focus trees is that they assume that like diplomacy works, but diplomacy doesn't work yet. However, they do have plans to do stuff with diplomacy. As for example, if we switch over, well, there's one for things, as you can see, there's already money in, so that's something. And if we switch to a certain few countries, you can see that there's the United Nations Security Council, and obviously it has permanent members and temporary members, such as, for example, right now Ethiopia. So if we switch over to Ethiopia, we can still open it up. But if we switch over to Saudi Arabia, which is not a member right now, it cannot open it up. So that's kind of nifty, kind of nice. And yeah, so they're definitely doing more stuff with whatchamacallit, more stuff with diplomacy than we can see yet. But yeah, there's something that's gonna be coming in eventually, but right now isn't in. So like all these focuses that are going to improve your relations with people are basically worthless. Well, also that depends on how the faction system works, which I haven't looked at. Yeah, like for example, let's take a look at the Csto faction. Yeah. Go away. Yeah, like for example, they need to. No, actually, it doesn't seem like they need any level of popularity for an ideology, and different ideology doesn't really seem to give that many issues. So that's good. That is good. Okay, so actually diplomacy does matter quite a bit. Base reluctance minus 20 neither there. We are at war. Like, how would it be for? Oh no, that's Ukraine. How important would opinion be? 7 of 70. So it's not really all that great. So diplomacy is not the best. Perhaps they should look into buffing that. Anyway, so there is, there's that. So there's the Chinese stuff, which is the legacy of Deng. However, there's also the nice little teaser over here, the revival of Maoism. Obviously, it doesn't have anything yet, but eventually they're going to do something with that, or a new China, which is kind of derpy because Chinese already called themselves the new China, but whatever. Yeah, and that's this is all about like spreading China's influence all over. Then there's a little tiny thing for the Korean conflict, which is nice to see. Probably there's gonna be, once they have more time to work on the focus trees, there's gonna be like individual focuses for each little crisis that is around at the start. At least that's what I'm gathering from the fact that there's this, and that's what I'm hoping, because I think it would work out relatively well. So there's one area where you can side with the North, or you can try to mediate the conflict. Obviously, you do not really have the option to support South Korea, although perhaps maybe the US will do that. Other countries that have focus trees include Japan, which has a whole thing about the economy and stuff. Yeah, like, you know, you have the investment in East Asia stuff. That's going to add factories to a bunch of people. But, you know, in turn, you're going to get opinion with them. But again, opinion's pretty worthless. Yeah, Japan actually has the Red Sun. The Red Emperor? Really now? Interesting. So yeah, Japan can go kami. Can also do the Asian Union. That's just great. It's just +1. Look at that. Asian Union member plus 50% factor output. It can be a democratic state, you know, the normal stuff. Make a big Japanese-Asian alliance. Democratic interventionism. Hey, look, it's real-life Japan. The Asian Protection Alliance. Conflict in Korea. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Or you could do the traditionalist state, which is obviously the most meme thing that people are gonna do, because obviously you go down and you have either standalone, which gives you monarchism, or fascism, basically nationalist, or on the other side, standard West. So that's just the normal stuff. Or and you can attack up Russia, because of course. And then the two Koreas have focus trees, because Korea strong. Peasant revolts. Oh, looks like you can make the Kims explode. Peaceful reunification, obviously. Status quo. The DMZ incident, which is what everyone's gonna do, because, you know, North Korea strong. Chinese military support. Just the normal stuff. South Korea obviously has one, just, you know, specular to the North Korean one. The legacy of the Olympics. The Seoul Pyongyang meeting. Of course. Oh, and there's money. I'm not sure what money is gonna do, but it doesn't do anything yet. However, it's nice that there is there. And there's a meme as focus tree for Taiwan, or the Republic of China. as it is called, which is good, where you can do the one China, one dream, and you either become the US's bitch, and yeah, that's just, you know, what the AI probably is going to do by default, but like, who wants to do that? Everyone wants to do Nationalistic Revival, which gives a bunch of stuff for a bunch of stuff to essentially make China explode and invade them, and then you get the legacy of Chiang Kai-shek. And that gives you a massive bonus to retake the mainland. Not realistic, but hilarious, and then you can just make the whole of China great again. It looks like Tibet is gonna spawn and be independent, and the Islamic State of Uiguria is gonna, or Uiguria is gonna rise up, make sure China pays. Now, obviously, that's probably very difficult, but hey, you know, it's probably really fun to play. And then I think no one else has unique focus trees. Well, I mean, Russia does have the beginnings of one. It's got this kind of skeleton tree-ish, where they're hinting at a lot of stuff that's going to be around. Like, apparently you can have Vladimir Zhirinovsky win an election or something. Yeah. And then that's going to do the union state with Belarus. Because, of course, you could continue with Putin, do your Putin stuff. Have Grigory Yavlinsky, aka, you know, destabilize everything, because, of course, it's Yabloko, which is the Liberal Party of Russia, you know, Democratic Russia, or Pavel Grudinin. Now, they have Pavel Grudinin here, who is the new, like, candidate for the KPRF, or the Communist Party of the Russian Federation. But yeah, this is like, let's make Soviet Russia, but not really Soviet Russia, because, you know, of course. Also, fake Cyrillic makes me angry. This party is called CP. It's called a Just Russia, right? But in real life, that's called Spravedlivaya Россия, or SR. However, SR in Cyrillic is written, you know, kind of like CP in Latin. You know, in Latin it would look like CP. So for some reason it's called CP, but it's, you know, not supposed to be that. It just pisses me off. But yeah, that's what you'd expect. I love how you can do the LDPR, the Liberal Democratic Party. By the way, getting to ideologies, there's Islamism, which in my opinion doesn't work, because for some reason Iran is Islamism. Although, again, the ideologies don't really matter as much. They're kind of just skins, really, it seems. Well, actually, let's see. Let's see if they're fully skins. Let's make the ultimate test. Can I declare war on people as Germany? Nope. Well, we are in the same faction. Okay, yeah, okay, so then the ideologies are literally mostly just skins. And I love the market liberal, classical liberal icon with the dollars. Just fantastic. Yeah, so basically that's what they are mostly, because you can invite people who aren't your ideology to your faction. So, you know, it's not what it's supposed to be. But yeah, there's like the Islamism, the third position, aka fascism, and the way some parties are placed pisses me off, but I'm not going to talk about that. There's the nationalists, the monarchists, reactionaries, conservatives, classical liberal, social democrat, progressive, democratic socialism, or social democracy, and communist. So yeah, it's basically just the normal stuff, honestly. To be honest, I myself would just merge these. Like, I'd just merge reactionary and nationalist into one thing, and maybe put like a fascist thing just if you want to, but whatever. And monarchist, I guess, would be merged with that too. and it would depend on the focus tree if you want to do some monarchy derpy stuff. I'd merge the classical liberal and conservatives together, and probably all the left parties together into one, because that's basically what's, you know, around, and then make like a different ideology for like China or whatever. But I don't know, that's just me. And yeah, because all these guys essentially do the same thing, but I don't know, whatever. You have elections, and obviously that works. Yeah, there's some stuff, but it's all not finished, so I'm not going to talk about that. Hey, look at that, covert party support. That's what I like to see. It's all not done, so we're not going to talk about all of this because it's not done. But I do like there's taxes, because of course, right now they don't go into your treasury because again that's not finished. Yeah, the icons are all pretty good. The ones that are done, like the overall graphics looks pretty good. Yeah, it's just, just looks neat. So there's nothing really to complain about it. And last off, we're gonna take a look at like decisions and tech trees. Now decisions, you can do snap elections and martial law and state of emergency. So that's just the standard generic stuff, Army, Navy, and Air Force officers. Operation Napoleon, a secret agreement to see Belgium divided. The German, Dutch, and French governments should jointly pursue Operation Napoleon, a military plot to see the Belgian state destroyed. Of course, that's if the Germans, French, and the Netherlands are all nationalist. Because of course. I wonder if there could be a saying like the same thing for Switzerland. Because there's the German part, there's the French part, and there's the Italian part, so who knows. That's kind of funny. That's really, really funny. Then you have all your Sikh friendship, because obviously Brexit. There's a chance apparently you can stop Brexit, which is kind of funny, and that's gonna remove their European Union member, because unlike in Millennium Dawn, there's no instant fucking Article 40. And yes, that's basically those. You can still leave the EU, which is gonna instantly do it, but you need to be reactionary or democratic socialist. Unternehmenssteuerreform. Wow, that's a mouthful. Apparently, Germany has some decisions, and there's private military companies because, of course, for now it's only the Wagner Group and the Slavonic Corps, because that's great. Everyone has a bunch of national spirits, and the icons look great. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of spirits that I don't really know what they do, but it's clear that they're gonna have some kind of impact. Like maybe, for example, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO. There's that. There's the Commonwealth of Independent States. There's the Visegrad Group. We're here in Eastern Europe. Guam. I'm not even sure what that is. And the non-aligned movement. Probably NAFTA, or no, there's no NAFTA yet. Maybe Mercosur. No Mercosur. Maybe ASEAN? No ASEAN. That's kind of annoying. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, wait, what? Commonwealth of Nations? Okay. But yeah, like maybe eventually that's gonna... all those spirits are gonna have and there's obviously the European Union, in case you didn't realize it. Eventually, hopefully, those things are gonna all have like their own little graphic and perhaps special things that you can do with it, which I feel like would be kind of nice to do. What else is there? A few countries actually have their ministers done. Not all of them, though. And yeah, you can obviously leave all these things. Yeah, there's the bugged thing, but it's fixed now. Playing on a slightly old version. You can obviously leave all these organizations. The research is pretty just basic, what you'd expect. It's just like Millennium Dawn's infantry weapons, basically the same support battalions. Armor is different, and there's one line for tanks, one line for light tanks, and then one line for light and heavy mechanized. And there's artillery, which is probably the one that's most changed. And you have ATGMs and anti-air, MLRS, and artillery, side by side, and then you have self-propelled artillery coming from that. So that's not the worst. And then the land doctrines. The Navy is pretty much the same as Millennium Dawn, but the icons look better, at least in my opinion. Although what's kind of derpy is that, like, for example, Missile Cruiser 1, Carrier 1, and Submarine 1 all have, like, the standard icons, which pisses me off a lot. It really does. Because everything else looks great, but those single icons don't really look all that great. But whatever. And the other thing that pisses me off is that there's the same aircraft tree as Millennium Dawn, but they haven't made multi-roles go on carriers. It pisses me off that only, like, close air support can go on carriers. Why the hell? I don't know. It just pisses me off. These things are the same as Millennium Dawn, so, nothing really too strange. And they've changed the name of a few things. So, like, for example, instead of political power, you have political capital. Instead of stability, you have approval rating. Instead of war support, you have militarism. And instead of manpower, you have military reserves. And instead of convoys, you have merchant ships. So, that's pretty much that. Instead of nukes, you have nuclear warheads, although I'm not sure if it was the same as before. There's a bunch of new resources all around. There's a bunch of new states. Now, I'm not sure if... like, for example, here... China looks like he's got a few new states. Definitely in Central Asia, there's a bit of new statery going on. So that's good. Syria, obviously, because otherwise it'd just be a mess. Iraq obviously has new stuff. Saudi Arabia, new states. Yemen has it's normal civil war stuff going on. And they have got new states. Libya doesn't have the civil war yet, but I mean, probably it's going to come. They have new states too. And Somalia at the beginning has a civil war, but the Mujahideen, Al-Shabaab people just always die instantly, so can't really develop all that much. And there's obviously the war over here in the Donbass. Obviously, Russian volunteers, and that kind of stuff. And there's actually a bunch of new, like, islands scattered about, which is kind of great. And what I enjoy is that somehow the Senkakus are still bugged. They still don't give you any oil, but the Spratlys, they've added them, and they've added a bunch of new islands around here, and they're not bugged. So it's just kind of funny. TBH. It's just kind of funny. Wait, what's that independent thing? What is that independent thing? Does anyone have, like, puppets so I can look? Oh yeah, right, China. Are you still independent? Apparently so. Me to understand what that means. Also, there's special administrative region, because of course. And yeah, obviously there's a bunch of random countries no one's gonna ever play, like the Federated States of Micronesia, this normal stuff. the Marshall Islands, Samoa, New Zealand. Like, you know, no one's gonna play those countries. How great. United Mexican States. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's already done. Their style that they're going for with the graphics is I'd say debatable, but it looks nice enough, to be honest. It looks nice enough. With the flag behind there and all that, it's not the worst. Forgot Lukashenko, because of course, he best man. Anyway, yeah, the economy basically works the same way. It's nothing really different, and recruitment and units work pretty much the same way. Now, I guess just to end it off, I guess I don't know. Should I show you how the combat looks like? Like, for example, if we were to come in as the Donetsk People's Republic, as you can see, infantry is still overpowered, but combat's more fast-paced compared to the other little little mod, which is the Modern Day 4 mod. Right now, yeah, the AI is terrible at playing. Oh my god, there's they've removed a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if they want to rework it or something, but yeah, it's just, you know, it's got its problems. But I'm sure that they're gonna fix everything. And yeah, there's the Ukrainian ceasefire agreement for the Ukraine war. The thing that pisses me off about it is that, and I've played once as the Donetsk People's Republic, so I kind of know what's going on here. Wait, can you not attack? No, you cannot attack. Oops. And I've played once as the Donetsk People's Republic, so I kind of know what's going on. The thing that pisses me off about this Ukrainian ceasefire thing is that it requires you to hold the entirety of the Donetsk and Lugansk provinces, which makes sense, right? But what pisses me off about it is that by the time, if you can whatchamacallit, if you can like push the Ukrainians back all the way to the borders of those provinces, you probably can go all the way to Kiev. So yeah, they probably should think about reworking it a little bit. Probably should think about reworking it. But yeah, I'm gonna kill Ukraine just to show you how the combat works, which is pretty standard Hearts of Iron 4 combat. And then I'm gonna sign off. Now, again, this is gonna release in probably a couple of months or something, so keep an eye out for it. Well, okay, so I'm saying probably from like the way the state of development looks like, and the like given time for the release date that they've announced. But this is not like expert opinion or anything, so please do not interpret this as the developers told me that. It's just what I think is gonna happen. And yeah, so keep an eye out for it. Again, the whole idea is to make a little bit of a Millennium Dawn kind of experience. Just you know, just kind of reworked, kind of a little bit better, kind of Millennium Dawn and not Modern Day 4. You know, wait, now you can attack from Russia, but before you couldn't attack from Russia. That's real weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, go down, Ukraine. You're gonna die. Or are you? You're probably not gonna die. At least not yet. Yeah, as you can see, the combat is pretty bare bones, but it works. Like, it's just fluent. A lot of people die. like already 90k casualties. So probably should tweak those casualty numbers a little bit, I'd say. But overall, it's relatively good, honestly. I've seen much worse. And, ooh, I can actually push across that river, because I've only got the infantry. Oh no, democracy strikes again. So yeah, you also get events when people... Djibouti, right? Yeah. You also get events when elections happen and stuff, so that, you know, you're sure that that's going on, and it's, you know, it's there. It's there, and it's happening. Is anyone there moving, actually? Yeah, those people are moving here. Oh no. Oh no, Armenia! Greatest country on Earth. Alright. Now, what if you just moved? Yes, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty great if you moved there. So yeah, now the Ukrainians will pay, obviously. Or pay for what they've done to the people of Donbass. Then there's a lot of elections going on. A lot of electioning. Democracy strikes again. And yeah, now they die. So yeah, as you can see, the AI is still doing usual AI stuff, you know. Fixing this would be just a miracle, so, you know. You can still kind of out-debate them and outspark them, as it was the case. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could push to the borders of these provinces, but since whatchamacallit, since I can push to the borders of these provinces, the only reason I can do that is oh hello, United Russia. That's probably what the AI is going to do most of the time. Yeah. Anyway, so if you can push all the way to there, you can probably just take over everything. All of Ukraine and stuff, you know. And, ooh, we can do stuff. Right. Obviously. Wait, is Transnistria around? Like, that's the important question. Yeah, Obnovlenie. And they've got the correct party. It's not communist. I like it. Vadim Krasnoselsky. Хорошо. Well then, the best countries around. Transnistria is best country. Do not worry. If you think Transnistria is not best country, you are wrong. What if I did this? That would work. And there goes the Salon. Looks like there's some historical events for some countries. Like, for example, that event for Ethiopia, I'm pretty sure was a historical event. Like, that was probably not something that happened through focus. So it looks like events are important, which is good. Yeah, boyo. Make the Ukrainians pay. Hey, it'd be great if you could move down here. How great. Damn, those are some weird-ass templates. Holy shit. That's probably not the most efficient unit ever. But I like it. It's working out so far. Alright. So as you can see, now we are outflanking those Ukrainian dogs. And making sure that they pay for what they've done. Oh no, that's not good. Alright. Okay, kill him before he can come back. Ah, damn it. That would have almost been too great to be true. Alright, so as you can see now, the Ukrainians are dead, because we can just push them everywhere. Poor Ukraine. Slava Ukraine no more. Oh, damn it. That is not fun. But, you know what is fun? This. Encirclement. Alright. Encirclement is fun. Yeah, there's a lot of like people switching around as leaders. That's definitely good to see. See, that's something that just doing this format of like kind of half playthrough is gonna definitely help you capture. Because if I just did the normal spotlight right now, I'd probably not have caught that. You know, there's those mechanics in place. Alright, kill them. Come on, how can you be red? You're surrounded and attacked on all sides. What the hell? The hell's this nonsense? Looks like someone took power in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Really? How nice, it's Henry Falcon. It's the Social Democrats. Okay, sure. Interesting. Hashtag Venezuelan crisis. Alright, he finally dies. How great. Yeah, look at that overrun. What? How does that work? How are they holding up? It's got no strength. Oh well, seems like that could use a little bit of reworking too. But yeah, as you can see right now, we have essentially, like, we could propose the Ukrainian ceasefire, and that's gonna make us independent. But like, at this point we've won, right? So, yeah. What's kind of derpy is that you don't have, as Donetsk People's Republic or Novorossiya or whatever you want to call this, you don't have claims on like Kharkov or any of these places like Zaporozhye and stuff. Because, you know, that'd be, I guess, nice if you did. Like on all the Russian-speaking areas. Like, obviously, the state doesn't actually have any bloody legitimacy there, but it's like, whatever. Whatever. It's gonna take you forever to run there. Oh look, Russia wants to lend-lease me. How nice of them. How nice of them. And yeah, at this point I win. Gonna make Ukraine my bitch. Oh, damn it. Dicks. When are you gonna run away? 2 days. Alright. Come on, 2 days. Okay. left, and now I can kill you. Very good. Oh, hey, look, he's actually surrounded. He is actually surrounded in Crimea. How great. And there we go. So that's surrounded, that's surrounded, that's surrounded, that's surrounded, that's surrounded. That's dead. Oh no, he ran away. And now we win. What is the AI actually producing? Okay, weapons. Good. Good. I was kind of worried about that. Anyway. Oh, wait, what? There's a land bridge here? That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Ah, well. Nakiev. And Odessa. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, there's no reason to propose the ceasefire. Also, if I were to be like the super pedantic cuck, I'd have to say that, you know, the ceasefire technically was already proposed like a year ago or something. Not 2018 or like 2017 and stuff. I don't know. That I feel like would be the dick move. Oh, and there's like the diplomacy towards Taiwan thing, you know, just what you'd expect. And the Palestinian stuff. Why can we only seek Russian friendship? And not anyone else's? I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. That is kind of really weird. Democracy strikes again. Of course. I appear to have resistance to occupation. Because of course. When are the Ukrainians gonna die? Tough question. 300,000 of them have already done that. But just not the entire country. Which pisses me off a lot. Yeah, come on, go for Lvov. Give me this so this can be over. Oh man, look at the best country's military forces. Second force. How great. Yeah, and one thing that I was talking about is how I like that like everyone has orders of battle and stuff. The navies haven't been done for everyone, but like for example Korea and China. Oh no, China does. Sorry. Oh no, China. Okay, China's been done, and North Korea and Japan, and the U.S. and the Philippines, and like you know all these people. Actually, the U.S. is not done. But like a fair few people already have like navies and armies all well set up, and yeah, as you can see, like you know, DPR strong. That's so great. So like, if we wanted to be real derps now, we could. Oh no, he's in the CSTO. So that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Like, you know, if we were real derps, now we'd expand and stuff. But yeah, that's basically about it. So I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Looks like the Americans want to go to Mars. Okay.